So I am just on the BJJ Fanatics website, and what's amazing is now we've already talked about gravity is your friend, but there are 2 other instructionals that you might want to talk about.
Recently, I had the opportunity to work with BJJ Fanatics guy, and now we have 3 instructionals out there. We have escapes engineered for guys over 40. If you're 40 or more, hey, dig into it. Gravity is your friend. Sit-up sweeps. Been there for some time, and is really, really getting a lot of attention. And then we have the smash the knee folding pass. Now, that's one of my favorites. So if you haven't looked at them, take a look. BJJfanatics.com.
Welcome to Raw Radio.
And we are live.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort Parts of me are alive. Parts of me not so much. JZ, what a cool guy, fun guy, funny. And he's done it all in the world of martial arts.
Jeez, right? He's been everywhere, around the world,
fought every style you could think of, including the newest, his combat jiu-jitsu.
He did talk about that.
Did, which is so. And bringing that into the takeaway, one of the things we talked about was, it was like, why now? Why combat jiu-jitsu? And he laughed and he said, have you ever slapped anybody in the face? and it made, but then he talked about he had a coach. I think it was when he was still a luta libre fighter, very early in his career, who lined up the class and then went slapping, just went down the row, slapping each one in the face. Yeah. And he said, if you can't control yourself now, how are you going to control yourself in a fight?
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I understand the meaning behind it.
I don't think we can do that here right now.
No, unless, certain people, Ray Corona wants to stop by the academy. We could test this out.
Shout out to Ray.
But
it's an important topic as far as controlling your emotions, right?
So everywhere in life, on the mats,
Yeah. So why is it so important for one to control their emotions on the mat during the roll?
Probably mostly, I would think, initially for safety. Right? You get angry, you do something stupid, you hurt somebody, or get hurt yourself. Right? I look at it. Remember, somebody said, "Don't scramble." You want to have longevity, don't scramble. When you are acting out your emotions on the mat, right? Negative, like anger, fear, frustration, those emotions. When you're doing that out on the mat, I think that's when something bad's going to happen. You're going to hurt somebody, or you're going to get hurt. And I think that,
well, even take the negative out of it, right? Forget about hurting people for a second.
I don't have to control my what I consider good emotions. I don't have to control them. I can let them go because nothing bad's going to happen.
I actually disagree. I think you do.
Okay.
Because look, if you are rolling and your good emotions would be laughing or daydreaming or thinking about something that is not here right now.
I don't think that's emotions.
It is emotions.
That's not.
Smiling is not emotions?
Sure, smiling is, but thinking about something that doesn't have anything to do with the mat isn't. Well, I'm talking those core emotions: fear, anger, happiness, sadness, things like that. And I think that those negative ones will affect you and your role and your partner negatively. I think the positive ones can have a positive impact. If you're keeping it playful, if you're even laughing, like you're in a bad spot, if you can laugh about being in a really bad spot and not like overdo it, but like, I can't believe I did this. This is silly.
That's my point.
What's your point?
That if you can't control your emotions, if it's too much of positive or negative, it will impact how you make decisions. That's my view.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think that a positive emotion can be too much?
I think it can.
I don't.
Well, we disagree. That's all it is. But I think it can, because if you are rolling and you are being strategic about roll and you're trying to analyze a position or situation and you start laughing, you are relaxing yourself. You are no longer focused.
You want to be relaxed, so you can focus. Now, there's a difference about laughing hysterically and taking it too far.
You're playing devil's advocate right now.
No,
yeah.
Because I think when you start taking things too far, it's no longer emotional. It's not.
That's what's not controlling emotions to me.
But see, I get that, but I think that there's a point where it's strict emotional. It is an involuntary reaction, and then what you do with it is when you start taking it too far.
But that's not controlling emotions. That's not being in charge of your emotions.
No, you still have it, and then you have to control it. You have involuntary fear is involuntary, right? Pain is which really isn't. Anger is involuntary, and then you control it, right? So if somebody is going hard and does something that makes you angry, that anger is involuntary. What you do with it is controlling it or not controlling it. The emotion is involuntary. That's why if I smack you in the face, are you not supposed to get mad? Are you not supposed to have a reaction?
I just look at it differently.
How you handle the reaction,
I just look at it differently.
Is controlling it. Right? If you're doing something for work,
I look
and
at
you're
it as
engaged and your kid comes into the room, I don't think anybody's initial reaction is, yay, my kid's here to see me. It's, I don't want to be interrupted right now. What do? Do I tell them that? Or do I take a split second and go, hey, buddy, what do you need? What can I do?
I don't know.
And get back to my work in a minute.
I don't know if I agree.
Emotions are not voluntary. What you do with them is voluntary.
Okay. I just don't see it that
6 minutes in, and I just changed your world.
No, you didn't. I
Yes,
disagree.
I did. You can disagree all you want. You know what? Keep talking. You entertain me for a minute here.
I have nothing to say. We're done.
See, you're laughing. Is that voluntary or involuntary?
Yeah, I chose to laugh.
You did not choose to laugh. Laughter is, you cannot choose to laugh. Either you find it funny or you don't. Now, you can laugh, yeah, and be fake about it, but genuine laughter is involuntary.
I'm trying to listen to you, and I'm trying to put this in the perspective in my own head. I just don't see it that way. In my opinion, is if one gets angry, you choose to be angry.
A natural, instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. Instinctive. How you act on it is what you're choosing. Your response is what you're choosing. When somebody cuts you off in traffic, right?
I don't get upset.
Well, that one's a little different because that's a stressor. But let's go back to laughter. If you tell me a joke, my laughing or not laughing is not how I choose. It either strikes me as funny or it doesn't. And I either laugh or I don't. Now I can put on a fake laugh for you to make you feel better about your shitty sense of humor, but it's not a voluntary action.
Okay, fine.
Right?
I just disagree.
Fear is not a voluntary. If somebody's standing across from you and something's about to happen and it's scary, you're going to have that naturally. It's instinctive. Now, what do? Do you run? Do you fight? Do you protect yourself? Do you talk your way out of this situation? That is the response. The fear is there. There's nothing you can do to stop it from happening. What you stop is what you do with it after. Do you panic? Do you run? Do you shut down? Do you stand up for yourself?
Those are actions. I understand. Those are actions following after.
You don't like public
speaking.
speaking. You don't like public speaking. Is that fear?
But I control that fear.
Right. But it's there no matter what.
But I can turn it off.
No, you don't. You control it. There's a difference. You don't turn it off. if it's there every time you know you got to get up in front of a group of people and not talk about jujitsu, you got to talk about something that you're maybe a little more uncomfortable with. You have that fear, do you not? And then you figure out a way to. He was talking about you dominate your fear, right? Get back to JZ. You know, he was like, I always have fear when somebody's standing across the ring from me, but I have to dominate that fear. I have to overcome it. So you overcome these things. They happen naturally, instinctively. Don't argue with Merriam-Webster's.
Okay.
All right, cool. I got my way. 9 minutes now. Extra 3 minutes for me to blow your mind again.
I disagree. I just don't see it that way. And that's fine. It's just, I don't look at it that way.
So what do you...
I have a different perspective.
What's the perspective? Let me hear it.
I told you, and you keep cutting me off. It's in my opinion, is a decision that you make. It's a decision whether you laugh or not. You can tell me the best joke, and one day I will laugh at it, and there will be another day I won't. Like, it's a response.
That doesn't work.
What do you mean?
Well, because you're talking about the same joke. Once you've heard it already, you know what's coming.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, circumstances that you find yourself with, and you opening your mind, and you choose to laugh at the joke. If you are in different circumstances, you would not laugh at that joke would no longer be funny to you, which as a result of it, you will not laugh at it.
That's not you deciding. That's a result of your environment. That's a result of your environment. If somebody is holding a lighter under my hand while my favorite comedian is telling me a joke, I'm not going to laugh, right? I need to get my hand away from that flame. Now, if that person with that lighter was never there, it's not a choice.
Okay.
I cannot listen to the joke while my hand is over the flame.
All right, Gary.
You're not choosing.
Okay.
You're not. You're pulling your hand away because it's instinctual and it hurts, and you got to get your hand away from there.
Sounds good.
Okay? Go choose. Next time you're at a bonfire, put on your favorite comedian and then go put your foot too close to the fire and tell me if you're making a choice. At some point, that choice is going to be made for you.
Okay.
It's not a choice. You don't have a choice. You don't.
Sounds good.
Good. All right.
Emotions.
This is a short one. Yes, I'm controlling my emotions.
Sounds
no,
good.
but so then what is instinct to you? Do humans have instincts? If you're always making a choice, can there be an instinct?
I don't know. I think that's what separates us from animals. We make choices. You know, we make intelligent
decisions.
Have
reason, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We have reasonings and we have logic that we can predict things and we can,
But animals can too. Some of them.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not going to get that deeper into it, but the basic differences between animals and human beings is that we can reason, there's a logic behind our brain, right? And we can make choices,
right? And we can learn to tolerate things. I can learn to get my hand closer to the fire for a longer period of time.
You're sounding this hard. You asked me my opinion, and you.
Right. No, we're talking about it. All you said is that's what separates us from
you.
The
asked me if you asked me.
You're so frustrated. You're doing a really good job of controlling your emotions. Your arms are folded. Everything's
I'm really trying to think about it your way.
Well, I'm messing with you too, but
I'm trying to think about it the way you present it. I'm trying to see your light. I have a hard time, but I'm trying, and I think a lot of it is choices. I just do.
And I think the choice comes after, though. I think that's where and are we splitting hairs? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I choose to be angry. Or I choose not to be angry. Like, that's my decision. So anybody who is an explosive tantrum, it's their choice. I don't understand people who get upset.
And I hate to use this word because people use it for all the wrong things nowadays, but there's something that triggers that anger.
Correct.
Right. And then you deal with it. Are you telling me you're never mad and then go, but I'm not going to let them know I'm mad? I'm going to handle this a different way.
I'm not saying that things don't get me upset.
Right.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I choose whether I want to be angry or not.
Yes. No. Well, here. So this is the thing, right?
You ask me.
You choose to act on that anger. is the way I'm looking at it. That's my point of view. Is you are angry. If you weren't angry, you wouldn't have a choice.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Well, this is one of those episodes we have agreed to disagree.
Sure.
I disagree.
I'm going to keep talking about it after, though. As soon as I hit that red button.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I get, the whole thing was control your emotions. And I think it's a good idea because bad things happen when you don't. That's all.
Okay.
All right, then. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Raw Radio. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave us a review and help us make the show even more amazing. For future episodes, check out our website and follow us on all major podcast platforms. Take care.